Morning, everybody. I hope everyone's having a great day already. On purpose, no doubt. Let's get this camera set up and get this thing going this morning. But I hope everybody's doing well. I know I'm excited. I guess I pretty much am every morning. And that's coming from someone, I keep doing that. It comes from someone who is not a morning person. Well, at least I used to not be. I guess I can't really say that too much anymore since, now I'm up at 5:30 every morning and it's probably getting easier and easier to do it. Welcome, PST Daviege. I might have butchered that. Forgive me for doing so. It's not on purpose. Wakita, welcome to this morning's scope. Good morning. As you join. Baby Giggle, Babby Giggle, welcome. Do me a favor, everyone. Send me a little note. Let me know where you are joining from. Y'all from Ghana. All right. Good morning from Ghana. What is it? Afternoon over there, or is it still morning over in Ghana right now? One place in the world I haven't gotten to yet. Good morning, Brinks Brims. I'm sure you're out on your walk right now. Call you Dave. All right. I will absolutely do that. Pastor Dave, yes, you've been online before. Yes, I remember you. How you doing, Pastor Dave? Good to see you again. Welcome to the scope this morning. Brunch time. Nice. Nice. Grace and peace. Grace and peace to you as well, Brinks Brim. Grace and peace to you as well. Good morning to everyone. It's wonderful to see you online, whatever time it may be in the time zone that you're in right now. I know I've got folks from Ghana right now. I've got folks from Raleigh, North Carolina. Baydongan, I just missed that name. Welcome for joining. Arsenal all day. All right, my soccer fan is online. Good morning. But again, continue to send me a note. Let me know where you're coming in from. Especially the new folks out there, if you want to go ahead and even type new and before your name or after your name, it'll definitely let me know who we have as a first-time visitor to our scopes this morning. If you're in the United States, I always give you an extra shout out because I know if you're at least on the East Coast, it's before 6 o'clock where you are. And, I don't know if you're just a morning person or if you get something ready to go. London, all right, Arsenal all day. I guess I'm not too surprised by that, even though one of my Morehouse buddies is a big Arsenal fan. That's a shout out to Marcus. So it's always great to see soccer fans. Let me get some more of my water over here. I didn't finish all my water yet this morning. It's actually part of my morning process here. Typically try to drink a full one of these, but I had a water bottle. Then I already had water in. So because of this, it kind of threw me off and you see a little bit didn't come out. I'll get that later. But I had some water in that already, so I don't know how much water I've actually had this morning. I'm a little thrown off. Excuse me 1 second. Nothing like this in the morning. Oh, my goodness. Before coffee. This stuff, it's amazing how it just wakes you up. I tell you. I promised yesterday in my scope that I was going to talk about my morning miracle process. I don't know how many of you have read the book by Hal Elrod called The Morning Miracle. It's for me, it's been a phenomenal book, but it outlines 6 steps that everyone or what he found for the most successful entrepreneurs, what they do in the morning. And it doesn't have to just be for entrepreneurs. Even if you're working a job, I imagine if you did this right in the morning before you even got ready for work or head out the door, it would make an absolutely huge difference in your life. But what it goes through is literally a process that you take every single morning. He talks about all these things happening before 8 a.m. I mean, really changing your life all before 8 a.m., which is mind-boggling, right? You hear those commercials with the military and how they do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day. This is I guess kind of in line with that. Of course, most of the work here being done is up here though. So first thing it talks about before you even get into the actual process itself, the first thing it always talks about is when you wake up. Okay, first of all, for me, okay, I'll tell you what he says and I'll tell you how I'm applying it in my miracle morning process. So he says, get up, drink a glass of water. Okay, so that's 8 ounces at least for folks out there. I typically try to drink more than that. My goal is to at least put in 16 ounces. Okay, I try to get in 2 cups of water, get it down as fast as I possibly can, without really filling myself up per se. But get it down as fast as you can. Okay, it actually does help wake you up, believe it or not. And if you think about it, you've been sleeping for however many hours, your body hasn't had anything in it. This is a way to kind of break that fast that you've had. So it's a great way to rehydrate the body. The body knows what to do with the water. Let it go. And he talks about brushing your teeth and going into the shower and then getting dressed. Now for me, I do the brushing of the teeth. I don't shower because I always work out in the morning. So instead, I put on some clothes to exercise. That's why you always see me in some type of sweats or some type of exercise gear when I do these scopes, because that's exactly where I'm moving to. So I'm dressed, ready to go to move into that. If you're not doing the exercise in the morning, hey, go ahead and get dressed for work. Move on with that. Okay, so that's before you've even started your process. I guess this is kind of getting you ready to get started for it. So up, ready, out of the bed. I know some people will actually start their miracle morning while they're still in the bed. I can't do that. I maybe if you're a morning person, you're used to it. You can actually stay in the bed, start getting to your process, and I'll get into what they are here in a second. But as for me, I got to get out of the room. I mean, literally, I leave my bedroom and I come downstairs. Or I go into another room upstairs. I just can't. I can't sit there in the bed because I can imagine I'll be talking about, waking up an hour later and what my dream was about. So I got to get out of there and I got to move on. Okay. So the process is 6 steps and morning military days. I was never military. That was not my lifestyle. I had a dad though who was, even though he wasn't military, it seemed like he was. He would come in there and turn the lights on and throw the covers off to wake you up to get you out of bed. Not the way I get up now, but I guess I still kind of have an envy that once it's time to get up, I can actually get out of bed. In any case, 6 steps. 6 steps. Yeah, you should have lived through it. If you think that's funny, you should have lived through it. Oh my God. 6 steps. It's an acronym. Okay. The acronym is SAVERS. Okay. SAVERS. And it's easy for me to remember because one of my companies is KT Home Savers. So it kind of fits. And SAVERS stands for silence, affirmations, visualizations, exercise, reading, and scribing. Okay. And I'm going to go through each one of those and what they are. First one, silence. And I'll talk about what they are, and I'll talk about the order that I actually do them in for me. The silent sign, that could be prayer, that could be meditation, that could be some reflection time, but it's literally sitting still. Okay. If you think about most of the day, like as soon as you wake up, your mind starts going about what you've got to do. What promises, what deliverables you have, what happened at work yesterday, the argument you may have had, your children and the challenges you're having there. Oh, you got to get gas before you really go anywhere far because you don't have enough gas to get you through the day. What did you say you were going to eat tonight? And all these things are all of a sudden bombarding your brain as soon as you get up in the morning. So this is a time to push all of that aside. Okay? It's a time to literally push everything out of your mind. And I use this time just for that. I started off with using an app called Calm, CALM. I use that for some meditation time. Literally, it walks you through, 1 minute, 5 minutes. Is it 1 minute? I don't know if they do a 1 minute one, but 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and so on If you want to meditate, it actually guides you through the process to get you prepared for how, to meditate. Since then, I've kind of moved away from that one because I wanted to do something. I'm focusing on something a little bit different now. And I've been using one that I found by Bob Proctor, which is on YouTube. And I do a 20-minute meditation every single day. Meditation can be on many different things, whatever you may be working on at the moment. But you can use somebody else to actually guide you through the process. If you're praying and you're working on peace, if you're working on your feelings about prosperity or abundance or just relaxation, whatever it may be, clearing the mind, there's stuff out there for you. So I got my headphones sitting over there ready to go. I pop those puppies on and I go to another place. Honestly, to me, that's my favorite part of the entire morning miracle process. I do that first every time. And of course, that's why I'm out of the bed too, because I don't want to be so comfortable that, if I'm laying out, I can imagine if I'm actually lying in the bed, when you get to the point where you're actually relaxing, I won't be relaxing. I'll be snoring after that. So I don't do it that way. I'm downstairs and I'm in a quiet place, but I'm sitting upright and I can better that way focus on what I need to do. And so that's the S, silence. Second one, A in Savers, is affirmations. This is where I write down, or he talks about writing down a list of things that you literally say out loud. Okay, these are things to affirm what you're going to be doing, what you're focusing on, what you're looking to accomplish. And this is the way to really get the goals that I've talked about many of these scopes, how to get those goals into your actual daily process and reading them out loud, basically the action steps that you're going to be taking to get you there. This is a way basically to focus on becoming the person you need to be to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. Okay, hopefully that made sense to folks. Some of you will get that later. But it's now putting yourself in a place to say who you are and what you're going to do. Okay? I've got a list of things that I actually sit there and say out loud. It's all written down. So every morning until I've accomplished something, I read it. It's, one or two sentences per item that I can say, what I'm going to do. And you can find examples of affirmations everywhere. Even stuff like this is on YouTube. So you can find a bunch of stuff to help you get started on the affirmations that you may want to write to move forward in the things that you want to do. So affirmation. Visualization is next. The V is for visualizations. And so here we're taking what we just did in the affirmations and literally seeing ourselves doing those things. I know you're saying, how the heck do you see yourself doing something you haven't done yet? Well, this is about literally putting yourself in position, state of calm, kind of like you were in your silence time, and literally focusing your mind. Okay, this is as if you're dreaming while you're awake. Okay, but you're putting yourself in a position where you're seeing yourself doing the things that you say you want to do. I know it sounds crazy, but if you can have it up here, my pastor always says this, if you can have it up here, you can have it out here. Okay? Everything that we do, if you think about it, everything that's ever been accomplished in the world started first here. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is that you think about. Even if it's a physical accomplishment. Someone had to first, there was a perfect story. There's a person that everyone believed that no one could run a mile faster than 4 minutes. They literally believed that if you ran faster than 4 minutes, your heart would explode, you'd die. Okay? They literally believe that. So no one did it. You have people who will come close to it, but no one broke the barrier at all. So what happened? Someone finally believed that they could, and one gentleman broke the 4-minute barrier on the mile. And as soon as that happened, everyone started doing it. Okay? It's not about whether or not it can be done. It's about whether or not you believe it can be done. So on the visualization side, you literally see yourself in the position living what you've been talking about in your affirmations, whether it's walking through the house, that you dream about, whether it's, making those phone calls if you're in sales, to the people that, you're looking to sell your product to, if you're looking to be with a certain, type of crowd of individuals, see yourself in those positions, see yourself walking on the beach, see yourself behind the wheel of that car. I mean, literally put yourself in a position to see it. It's all here. You can create whatever you want to up here. That's what this process is all about. Literally putting yourself in a position to see it. And this is focusing on the subconscious side. Okay. But I'll get into that. If you go to my goal setting, and I've talked about this a few times, I talk more about the subconscious mind and why it's so important to get your subconscious mind involved in what you're doing on a daily basis. This thing, the subconscious mind, controls so much of our everyday lives without us even realizing. The E is for exercise. Even if you're not doing a full body exercise, I know Brink to Brim, you're out there, you're walking already in the morning. Even if you're not doing half an hour of an exercise, do some push-ups, do some pull-ups, do some squats, do some running in place, whatever the case is, but do something to activate the body. Okay, that's the exercise. That's just for this piece. Okay, just the miracle morning. I think people should exercise, more than a few minutes, but this is to really accommodate the morning miracle process. I actually do a Beachbody fitness exercise where it's T25, P90X3, or Beast. What's that called? Beachbody. Goodness, I can't think of it right now. I'm having a brain moment. But I have a bunch of different things, and you can see. You may not be able to read them, but these little writings right here on the board actually are the different exercise routines that I'm going to do for that day. And today is Speed 1.0. It's a T25 exercise routine. So I'll be doing that this morning. Reading comes next. And, I've got a goal. One of my goals is reading 2 books a month. Okay? So what am I reading right now? Bingo. Okay? So, I'm not going to read this whole book this morning, of course, but I take a few minutes, whether it's reading a chapter, whether it's reading a number of pages, whether it's reading a few paragraphs. You set your time limit or your goal for what you're going to read during your morning miracle process, and you read that. Okay? And then the last piece of it is scribing. I've got my notebook down here, but, just get your notebook, composition book, whatever it is, have something that you can, write it in a journal, basically, on whatever you want it to be. It could be, notes on what you read that morning or thought about it. It could be, notes about what happened the previous morning or how difficult it may have been to wake up that morning or how great you're feeling going through the process. Whatever it is, you're going to literally write something down. Okay? Scribe something about or scribe something in that time period. So those are 6 phases. Again, silence, affirmations, visualizations, exercise, silence, affirmations, visualizations, exercise, reading, and scribing. Okay. Those are the 6 processes. You can do 1 minute each, and it's 5 minutes. You can do 2 minutes each, and you've done 10 minutes. You can do 20 minutes each. Okay. It doesn't matter. It will break up that time period on how you're going to utilize that time to move you forward. I've already talked about my exercise. It's usually 30 minutes. Maybe a few minutes more on the front or back end, based upon my warm up and my cool down. My meditation time or my silence time right now is 20 minutes as well. I don't even get into my process until after I do one of these scopes. So, although I'm up at 5 o'clock and I've done everything, I'm usually downstairs by 5:45 or so. I'm moving into my scope. So I'm not necessarily getting started sometimes until 6:15 if I'm a little long-winded in the morning. So, you do what feels right for you. Okay. The whole point is that you do these 6 items. You do them first thing in the morning. You do them every day. That's the key. You don't run a marathon by running 26 miles. You run a marathon by taking every single step one after another and doing that consecutively for 26 miles. That's the way it's done. Same thing is going to happen as you move through this process. It's every day taking a step. and another step and another step. And eventually, once you look back, here we are 31 days into this process. Here it is 31 days that I've been doing this. And I never would have thought after a couple of days that I was going to make it this far. Because I tell you, moving from getting up around 7:30 or so every morning to waking up at 5:30, 2 hours earlier every day, right off the bat, bam, making it happen. That was a little rough. No question about it. When to quit early on. And you may have some setbacks. You may not wake up. You may hit the snooze button. You may miss, up front. But it's really about committing to it. Anything, I think we talked about that yesterday too. Just committing to it and saying, I'm going to do it. Put that in your affirmation time, that you'll wake up. Do your affirmations before you go to bed. How Elrod talks about that as well. Seeing what you're going to do the following morning. I even actually used to have some affirmations. I still have them. What am I talking about? Used to have. But this is where I started. I looked up Zig Ziglar. He has something called self-talk, and I invite you to look this up as well. It's a great way to get you started. But Zig Ziglar, self-talk, look that up on the web. It's a free resource you can download, and he literally walks you through a process. He's got one for everyone in general, and he's got one as well specifically designed for Christians that you can use to get you started on your affirmations, declaring who you are. And it'll be a perfect thing that you can use during your affirmations time to get you started. So that's what I'm doing. That is what this Miracle Morning thing is all about. I know some people who've seen, the title Miracle Morning. If you weren't familiar with the book, you thought it was something related to miracles, baby, that were happening every single morning. And I guess it is just that. Maybe not in the way that you may have thought, but miracles, I guess, don't necessarily have to be causing an arm to reappear. Miracles, I think, happen every day. We just miss them. Miracles are taking someone who was a night owl and making that person into a morning person. Miracles are taking someone who had no hope in life and giving them something that sets them up to be successful. The miracles, I guess, we miss them. And this Miracle Morning process, I think, has been performing a miracle already for me. So I invite everybody to do it. I appreciate you joining me this morning. As always, here we are. What time is it now? 6:14. Goodness. I thought I'd move through this thing quickly. Here's one thing I got to work on. I have got to work on limiting the time that I spend in these scopes. So I am going to work on that. Pray for me that I can do it. But I'm going to really focus on that. Bring Sprims, love to see you online every morning. Keep working forward for your goals. Not sure what your fitness goals are, or if you're just doing it to be active and continue the active phase. But I love seeing you online every morning. Those who I missed, I hope you watch the rebroadcast, or if you're watching it, saying hello to you. Share this with your friends. Appreciate the hearts that everyone gives. And I look forward to continuing to grow with you all. Hope you have an absolutely phenomenal day. Welcome to those who joined me from around the world this morning. And I look forward to building a bigger, grander relationship with each and every single one of you, and seeing that you actually reach your goals just like I'm shooting for mine. So take care. Have an absolutely phenomenal day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.